Blap
Blap
chat.
chat, blap chat, blap chat, blap chat, blap chat, blap chat, blap chat.
Everything is blit up.
Man like Atlas.
Bang.
Man like. What's up, guys?
What's the word?
What is good? We're here. Welcome to Blap Chat, another episode.
Another episode.
Another one.
This is 93,
93, I believe.
4.
No, 93.
Episode 93. Episode 93. We're here. This is Blap Chat, an all music production podcast. We talk about, you guessed it, music,
Sports. No,
you guessed it,
Car insurance.
gluten-free donuts. No, we talk about music production, which means that we care very much about beat makers, producers, creators, any creative, honestly.
Yeah,
I think
entrepreneur.
I think a lot of shit we talk about here applies to just like creatives, right?
Fact.
It's a fact. So anyway, if this is your first time listening to us, welcome. My name is Illmind. I'm a music producer. I'm here with my co-hosts.
It's your girl. Perfection.
Perfection's in the build.
Yo, what up? It's Atlas the plug.
Atlas gets one too.
Yeah. The plug is here.
Well,
I was waiting for it.
Glam, we have another co-host, Glam. She couldn't
Glam.
make it. She's doing some stuff out of the States, so she'll be back. She'll be back next week.
Big things.
Yeah. But it's brick as fuck out.
Yo.
Man.
First, I want to say,
Why?
Yo.
Yes.
Yo.
First, I want to say, please bundle up
Absolutely.
out there. Are you guys seeing these? I think I haven't seen any yet, but I just read it on Twitter. There's apparently this like challenge going on in Chicago where kids are going out shirtless and throwing water in the air.
Why is that a challenge?
They're dumping water on their head
Why?
outside.
To see it
I don't know
freeze?
if this is
Oh
true.
my God.
To see it freeze.
Yeah.
Come on, guys.
I don't even want to harp on this for long, but I just wanted to mention it because it was one of the most ridiculous things I've read today.
Yeah.
And it was 5 minutes
The
ago.
water just freezes when you.
Yeah, you
It
freeze.
like goes into like a mist.
You're going to go into hypothermia and you're going to get
Oh my
very sick.
God.
Yeah, there's no point.
No, there's no point.
There's no point.
While you're at it, you might as well just stick your tongue in a street bowl or something like
Yeah,
that. Yeah.
It's just crazy.
A lot of people turning their stoves on,
Yep.
ovens.
I used to do that.
Gotta
I used to do
remember
that
to
back in
turn
the
it
day.
off.
Ovens are on and open. You used to leave it on.
Yeah.
I used to do that. Leave it open.
I'm
and
saying
keep that
remember
shit
to
on.
turn it off, too.
Yeah, you have
yeah,
to.
fact.
Did you guys ever cook as well, like at the same time, or just do the oven?
What do you mean?
Like leave the oven on,
Oh,
but
yeah.
then like cook too.
Oh yeah,
after?
yeah, of course. Yeah, if it's cold like that.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a different type of heat.
Yeah,
like
it's a
the
different
oven,
type of heat.
Like it bakes.
It bakes.
The heat out.
It feels
weird.
better than the heater.
Yeah.
in my
Oh yeah,
opinion.
no, you got to put the oven on like 500 or whatever,
Yeah.
like
You
full
have to.
blast, and then you open the door and let that thing just.
You ever put it on roast mode to see the flames
Oh.
come out? and keep that shit open.
But it is cold.
That's the
as
hardcore
shit.
Doing
shit.
some marshmallows and
Yeah.
stuff, chilling.
But it's cold
Yeah.
as shit. Like I didn't believe that certain places it was gonna be like negative 50.
Yeah.
And then I looked it up and it was real.
Yeah, it's real.
That's negative 50.
No, I
That's
don't even. I
crazy.
can't even fathom what that feels like. So, guys, please be safe
Thumbs
out there.
up,
Yes.
man.
Please be safe.
And if you're
Don't-
somewhere warm, I'm jealous.
yeah, yeah. All you guys in Miami, fuck you.
Yep.
All of you guys in the
2 weeks, I'll be in Miami. 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Yes, nice. South
Miami.
Beach.
Yeah.
Nice. Alice is going to Miami.
Yeah. Yes.
Are you doing another producer meetup thing out there? Or
We're
just,
doing Respect the Engineer.
with
Me
Cruz.
and Cruz.
Nice.
At We the Best Studios.
Are there any slots?
There are slots. Yep. You go to respecttheengineer.com.
Listen, guys, go to respecttheengineer.com. Atlas and
Go,
Cruz,
go,
you know, turn me up, Cruz.
Turn me up,
Meek
Cruz.
Mill, Cruz. Meek Mill's engineer. They partnered up to do these events, and they're for engineers and producers too.
Yeah, producers who
And
want to
so
get
they're
their
doing-
engineer game.
They're doing
Yep.
one in Miami at We the Best Studios, which Khaled's studio. So this is a great opportunity to network and to meet these guys. So you should go. What website do they need to go to?
They
reach
go
that?
to respecttheengineer.com.
Amazing.
Or you could follow me, Atlas the Plug, on all social media. It's in my bio.
Yeah, that's
Love
gonna
it.
be fire. I
I
like
love
that.
You like
Ooh,
that?
I like that
Metal
one.
Gear,
That was a
Metal
good
Gear
one.
Solid. I'm going to
Good
use that one
timing,
more.
too.
I'm going to use that one more. So speaking of events too, very briefly, I'll be in, by the time you guys listen to this, it'll be a couple days after you listen to this, if you're listening on Friday, but exactly, or less than a week from today, which is Friday, February 7th, I want to say, Thursday, February 7th, and Friday, February 8th, I'll be in Toronto.
Nice.
I'm doing Past the Aux in Toronto.
Fire.
Day number 1 is sold out. There's a couple slots left for Friday, February 8th. So if you want to hang out with me in the studio in Toronto with a bunch of producers, just go to my website, illmindproducer.com. You'll see all the information on what I'm doing and who's, what to expect and all that stuff. So if you're an up-and-coming producer or even an artist as well, go to illmindproducer.com, pull up in Toronto, and then the following week, after the Grammys, after I win a Grammy, damn it, I'm putting it in the air. I'm tired of being a Grammy loser.
Sound effect for
Fucking
that.
I need to bring one home. God.
Facts.
Anyway, if I don't, I'm totally grateful. Fuck that. I need one.
You will.
Please.
You got it.
But Grammy winner or loser or not, I'll be in Los Angeles Monday, February 11th, and Tuesday, February 12th. I'm doing Past the Aux out there as well. So night number 1 is sold out, but there's still tickets for night number 2.
You got
So
a Grammy, bro.
You got it. We're putting it out there, yo.
We'll see.
It's already happened.
He has
it's done.
a Grammy, guys. It's
By
happening.
the time they hear
will
this,
see. We
it's
will
gonna be
see.
they're gonna
It's
see it
happening.
on the gram.
We shall see. Go to illmindproducer.com, check that out. And yeah, man, I'm going on tour the whole year. Like I said in the previous episode of the podcast, I'm going everywhere. So these tickets are going fast. Berlin just sold out today.
Wow.
And that's not until
fire.
May.
Wow.
Yeah. So if you missed the boat to Berlin, there's still slots in London. If you feel like coming to London, pause. I want to say coming to London. Anyway, if you feel like participating in London, also a pause. There's still slots left. Go to illmindproducer.com. Anyway, what do you want to talk about, guys? There's a lot of shit.
Oh my god.
Oh, do you know? There's a lot of stuff that we have talked about, but I feel like there's people out there that are still not getting the message, which is like
Why?
really fucked up. This is sort of like an experiment to me. I feel like it's like a social experiment where we're talking about certain things, we're putting information out there, and you're seeing people that are kind of taking the advice and following it and pursuing, but then you also see people that aren't. So I'm really fascinated by like how many people actually, listen and become inspired and then apply what we're talking about to their life, like literally apply. And I believe that it's a small percentage.
Yeah.
I don't think it's that many people. I think people listen and they're like, okay, cool. And then they feel motivated for a couple of days.
Yeah.
And then like 3 days go by and they're back to their old shit.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's like muscle memory.
Yeah.
They just don't change habits. So
Yeah,
it's,
exactly.
What did they say? It's like
They
after
say
3
it's like
weeks.
21 days
21
to break
days.
a habit.
Yeah.
21?
days.
Oh, wow.
3 weeks
Wow.
Ish.
to break a habit.
Wow, it's crazy. It's crazy because I feel like in terms of music producers, we're out here trying to like figure this thing out. We're like trying to break the code, like figure out the matrix. And like there's really honestly nothing to figure out.
Break, right? Just do it.
Yeah, you just have to like make mad beats just all the time.
Yeah. You know what's one thing too that I was thinking about? First of all, 2 things. One thing is when you were talking about something to talk about before it actually hit me. And I'm not going to say that I was wrong because I still kind of feel this way, but I look at it differently, is the whole type beats thing.
Yeah.
Like when we first started BLAPCHAT a couple years ago, we were like anti type beat. Like you couldn't even get me to agree with it. I was just told, I was like, well, you're not being yourself and, you want to be a brand and blah, 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 blah. I got to say, though, 2-3 years later,
A lot of type beats have
people are getting placements now through the type beats, like even our guest today, I won't say who it is until he come on, even he got his
facts
that way too, and Concept, there's a bunch of them, Concept P, who for Tekashi 6ix9ine, who did Kuda and Rondo, a bunch of others. I know I'm forgetting a few, but I'm looking at it differently now. I can honestly say I'm opened up to it a lot more. So
I have a
What about
question.
you?
Do you feel like when producers are in the studio with an artist and they're playing them beats, do you think they're sending them type beats?
Yeah, well, I think yes and no. So, I think the confusion comes from there's 2 different types of definitions for what a type beat is. You know, on one hand, the argument is the type beat is a producer creating a beat that's similar to something, which there's an argument there to say that that's what we all do. That's what we all do. Like if I'm
imitate,
right. Which is what all art does.
Right.
You know, Virgil Abloh is making streetwear type 90s hip hop type clothing. Balenciagas are 90s hip hop type sneakers. I can go on forever. You know, so when I think about music production, the type beat is a definition of creating a beat that's similar to something. Now, the other side of the argument is the literal sense, which is when you make a type beat, you're doing it for SEO, which stands for search engine optimization, which a lot of you guys know about. And it's a tactic to become discovered, or for your beat to become discovered on Google, YouTube, whatever, which it has shown in history to be effective. Right. And so the end goal for this entire argument is to get placement and to get paid. Now, I don't know exactly if all type beat co-signed producers have the same drive and are driven by the same thing. You can have a type beat, you can have a kid that makes, you know, a bunch of beats every day, and they're doing the type beat thing. That they make Illmind type beats, Murder Beats type beats, Drake type beats. They're on YouTube and they're generating income, and it's like working. And somewhere along the lines, that kid, you know, might realize like, oh wow, like this is working and I'm making money. This is my motivation. This is what I love doing. I love doing this, and I'm making enough money to support myself, and this is what I'm going to be. And if I get big placements one day, I'll take it. Obviously, that'll be fine. And then there's, you know, other producers who look at that type of approach and say to themselves, this is like kind of a cheat code, and it kind of cheapens my brand a little bit.
Right.
And I think, like, I'm on the fence. I think there is no right or wrong.
Right.
I used to be like, nah, fuck type beats.
Right.
I used to.
Me too. Yeah.
And I'm still kind of holding my ground in terms of me not believing that that method works for me. Right? And I'm gonna also continue to argue that if you are a type beat producer and you're leasing beats, $50 here, $100 here, low price point, and you're generating money, cool. I think you're gonna have to really think hard about what you can do to set yourself apart from the rest of the pack and become a top-notch producer, if that's what you want to be. Like, if you want to be Metro Boomin, if you want to be Timbaland, if you want to be Murder Beats.
We also did speak about that before, about like people's, you know, personal goals. There are people that want to sell, you know, a beat for what was it, like 99 cents or some shit?
It's $1,
like,
$2.
You know what I mean? Or they want to sell it for 100, and they want to sell 1,000 of those, or they want to not sell those and then get a major placement. You know, it kind of all depends on like the person's goal. Yeah, and I think
sorry to cut you off, but the argument that's being made is that, oh, it's like happening. You have, you know, you have Taz Taylor, and you have, you know, Nick Mira, and you have these, and they're doing great things, and they're getting more popular, and it's like type beat driven. Right. But we're still discovering that. I think we're still in that transition stage of really knowing if that formula, if you can go from $50 type beat leases to mega stardom and be a superstar producer. We don't know yet because no one has really blown up.
I feel like it's possible and it'll happen. But I also think that, you know, kind of transitioning out of that and being original would also help you, you know, kind of, what do you call it? Like, position yourself in, like, you know, the space as a different producer or someone that has like different type of music. Because let's be real, like music is very oversaturated right now, from artists to producers to everybody's a manager, everybody's A&R. We know that. You know what I mean? Everyone's recording, everyone's putting their shit up. So as a producer, I feel like being like type beat and going the route of like just putting it on YouTube or putting it online in hopes of someone finding it. Do you think that doesn't minimize your chance of getting placed? Because you're betting more on kind of like luck.
Yeah, I think it only increases it because the more avenues you're putting it out on, the better your chances of getting seen by somebody.
Right.
But as a type beat, though.
Yeah, I think it helps. I think it helps as far as, you see, I think where in the beginning where I was so anti type beat was because I didn't see the SEO side of it. I was looking at it as, you not being a brand and like being unique and being different than everybody else. Because when I came up in music, you had to be different.
Yeah.
If you sounded like the other dude, there's probably going to be a fight. You know what I mean? Like you was so, again, now times are different. It's changed, but when I realized that they were doing it for the SEO, that's when I was like, oh, okay. So this is like a marketing strategy, to get their tracks out there.
Yeah.
But what do you think that says about the artists looking for type beats? Like we talk about producers that do type beats. What about the artists that look for type beats?
Yeah.
Do you think that's?
I think it's cool. Yeah. I think it's just still, it's worked. It's kind of been working for them. A lot of these guys are going to YouTube and finding these type beats, and it's proven in history that it's worked. Now, we have to really also not forget about the statistics in all of this.
Right. Very, very low percentage.
You have these little success stories of Joey Badass going to find a type beat.
Right.
This person.
Right.
But when you compare the amount of times it actually happened to the amount
of upload
of times that it's not working.
Right.
Yeah.
The amount of beats that are on, the amount of type beats that are on YouTube.
That's what I'm saying.
So you look at those two numbers and they're just astronomically different.
Right.
And then you think about how many producers are actually like relevant or successful and kind of considered, on that list of like, you're a successful music producer, and the ones that aren't, another very small number here and a huge number that aren't. And so,
but that's kind of what I was saying about like the luck in a sense, because I think it helps SEO. But if you're not doing SEO properly, if no one's finding you, because like, let's be honest, like if we're talking SEO, if you're going to put like producer on your page or type beat or Drake, how many other millions of people do you think don't have, those tags as their SEO on their websites? A lot. So that means you got to do more than in order for your shit to be in the main page or so you're kind of like on luck in a sense.
Oh, it's all luck.
And I think that's kind of what minimizes the amount of like success that it's taken them.
Yeah, part of it, you're absolutely right. Part of it is luck, but there's also a lot of things that you are in control of though. It's like if you're doing the type beat hustle and you're working, 5 hours a day, you're going to get some results, but if you double that and work 10, you're going to double your results, right? And so it's really on you, but I think that...
you could also pay, to be honest.
Pay what?
Like Google.
Yeah, they have Google ads.
Oh, yeah.
And
you can pay for it too.
That's a whole nother fucking...
I know.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm saying that's another thing. That people do that. There's some rich kid out there, zero talent. It's like, you know what? I'm a tech guy. Let me just make this beat. I'll do all the back end ad stuff and this, that. And, they might get... they might do 10,000 streams. They might get 10 million streams. I don't know.
I think we're still in the midst of like what really what the impact is of being a type beat producer and then transitioning fully into I'm like a fully respected like upper echelon music producer, and maybe that's not for everybody, but that's a very interesting.
You know what I feel like might change the landscape of that?
What's that?
Is if one major artist came out
Co-signed it.
and like found the type beat online. Like if Rihanna came out right now with a fire song and was like, I just found that type beat, everybody's gonna go looking for type beats.
Right. But then think of it this way, then you're gonna triple or quadruple the amount of people that are doing it, which also clouds the space up, which again even decreases your chances even more because of just the simple fact of saturation in numbers.
Do you think there are any major artists out there right now that would do that?
I'm sure.
Yeah,
I feel like Drake is that type.
Yeah, Drake would.
I know it happened.
It
happened with someone just recently. Who was it? Like Tory Lanez or I can't remember who it was. You know, it wasn't like Drake.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, don't get me wrong. Tory Lanez is super talented.
Right.
I mean, he's up there for me as like talent goes. But it wasn't. Maybe it was like a Joey Badass or something. Maybe you're right. I think you said Joey Badass earlier, right?
But if Beyonce came out right now, because you know Beyonce is the queen of like
oh
everything.
My God!
If she came out and was like.
No.
You know, just
nuts.
dropped the track and was like that she found a tight beat on YouTube or something while like scrolling on the internet with Blue or some shit. You know what I mean? And found a tight beat and just recorded to that. That would like
it could work.
That would change.
It would change
the landscape of tight beats.
It would. It really would. You know,
all it takes is one.
All it takes is one. You're right. And I don't know. I think there's like there's just like a little bit of confusion that is involved with it too, just because there's like this negative connotation that we associate with like being a type producer, but yeah, I don't know. It's tough because I could only speak off of my own experience,
right?
And in my own experience, when I was like first coming up, I didn't have YouTube to upload beats to. It wasn't a thing yet. But I was selling beats to like independent rappers and shit.
On like CDs?
No, it was online, email and shit. Yeah, it was all online.
Got it.
And I was selling beats to independent rappers and stuff. But, you know, I was able to just like build my brand because early on I decided to like care about my music. I think that's like where the line is drawn, where it's like if you're a type beat producer, you're doing type beat hustle, and you don't care about who raps on your shit, there's something to be said about that.
See that
as opposed to the producer who does care, and I think those are the two kind of conflicting communities.
See, that was which freaking producer was it? That's one other reason why the whole typey thing I was against, because I heard a successful one. Could have been Taz. I'm not even gonna lie. Could have been Taz, who said something like, "I don't even care what happens with the beat or who rap. I don't care.
I don't even want to listen to it."
Yeah, I don't care. And I'm just like, damn, really? Like that kind of hurt me a little bit. You know, it's like music purists. Like you want the best product to be out there. But then also had me thinking like, listen, if that's the hustle and that's kind of what they want to do and they're happy with that, then I mean, can't really knock that.
But the crazy thing is like, who's to say that they don't think that's their best product already?
True.
You know what I mean? Like
that's why
he can do a beat that he likes and not care about the vocals because he's like, look, I know I made the beat fire. That's all I'm worried about. I enjoy doing that part.
Right.
Got my money, whatever.
Yeah.
Still weird.
Yeah.
Because I feel like, I would want my shit to sound hot. Like I would want to co-sign something dope. But, you know.
That's why
everybody has different business.
That's why we don't.
Right.
We're still in the trenches. We don't know the answers yet,
right,
because this is all happening in real time. Like we don't know about the long-lasting negative impact of being a type beat producer, because it's only been a thing for a short amount of time.
Yeah.
You know, like we would have more answers. I would go as far as to say 15 years from now.
15.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, if somebody came right now and dropped a song and was like, you know, whatever, the press came out and was like, oh, this was a type beat.
Right.
Everybody would be online looking for a type beat. Like if Rihanna came out right now and credited a type beat.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It's
but
because
would they want to do that though?
Well, it's because their source. It's become an easier way for artists like Rihanna or whoever to source and look for music that they can use.
But also,
as opposed to just relying to like the A&R or relying on their management to pass them beats and play them beats, which is what it's been in the music industry for the longest time, right? It's like if Jay-Z wants to make an album, he's going to first of all like call his producers that he has a relationship with, and then whatever A&Rs or industry people that are in there that have access to that Jay-Z is open to, they're going to play him beats. And that's where Jay-Z gets his beats.
Yeah.
Now you have 1 million beats on YouTube, 1 million beats on all these platforms, and a lot of them are great. And so artists are starting to use that. So it's become this like third component of, I can go here to get beats.
Exactly.
So there's
Exactly.
there's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
It's becoming like this pool of income for producers and for, these artists.
But I do feel like a lot of like major artists, like A-list artists, probably won't go that route because they
already have a whole team, right?
A whole team, but they might not want to brand.
But what about the next Jay-Z? What about the next superstar? Which goes to your point. What if in 5 years there's a new artist that's like Rihanna and popping like her, and she's all about the type beat shit? Here's where it gets tricky though. The nature of music is a community thing. The nature of being an artist and making music is, having relationships with people. So you can get a type beat, but I believe that you're not gonna continue to make all of your albums from just purchasing type beats on YouTube, because it's somewhere along the lines, if you're a real artist and you have a vision and you want to get the shit popping, you gotta have that core
relationship with producers.
I feel like those are like one-offs.
Right.
I feel like those are like one-offs.
So exactly. So that answers.
Like if you're doing a whole album as like.
So does that answer our question of, is the type beat hustle a sustainable income stream and a respectable income stream if it's only treated as a one-off for people like Rihanna or whatever it is? Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Like will the type beat thing become a norm, or will it kind of just always be this like, oh, you can get them on YouTube too?
I think the name is just going to change.
Yeah.
The name's it's not going to be called type beat in 10 years. It's going to be another name for pretty much the same thing. But like how back in the day, like we were just saying, like you would mimic like your favorite rapper or your favorite producer. You would try to like, oh, let me hear that beat. Oh, let me try to make a beat like that. They were doing a type of a beat, but it was just a different kind of way of looking at it. So I think in 15 years or 20 years, it won't be called type beat. It'll be called whatever it's called.
But it'll still be the same concept. Right. Here's a database of a bunch of a shitload of beats, and we're selling them at a low price point or whatever it is, and you can use them. Go ahead. Go crazy. Or do you go to your A&R? Or do you go to your manager?
It depends on the level. Like it would be cool if Beyonce was chilling with Blue when they were in the living room, and she just went on YouTube and typed in Beyonce type beat and found the beat. That'd be pretty sick. Yeah. Beyonce's not doing. I mean, let's be realistic. She has her A&Rs and she has her whole team and whole list of producers or whatever. I'm assuming. I don't know personally. Right. I don't know her. You know what I'm saying? But like, it would be dope.
Right. But is that a sure enough bet to bet on?
No, never. But here's the thing. I don't think it doesn't help you. I know there's like, it's saturated, more people are pitting producer, but it's better than not doing it.
Yeah. Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I think that's where the argue can come into play. Because there is a certain, I will say this, and I want both of you guys' opinion. There is and I don't give a fuck if you guys kill me for this. You know what I'm saying? I know some of you guys are going to disagree. Some of you will agree, but I don't give a shit. There is a certain scarlet letter that is etched on you when you do type beats. When you do the type beat hustle. And I'm not saying it's a negative scarlet letter. I'm not saying it's positive.
It's like a badge.
But there's this little unpredictable little scarlet letter on you when you do type beats on YouTube, and you can have big placements after that. You can have small placements, whatever it is. You can be a millionaire. You can generate $500K a year after taxes from type beats. I don't give a fuck. When you do it, there's a scarlet letter.
That's a fact.
The scarlet letter is there for certain people. Maybe it's industry people. Maybe it's your peers. I don't know. I'm not implying. All I'm saying is that there's something that happens when you do it.
Okay, first off,
and that's worth keeping in mind.
Okay.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
First off, I never saw that movie, Scarlet Letter, so I don't know what the hell you're talking
Scarlet
about.
Letter,
but it means like Like
in the movie, homeboy cheats on his wife and commits adultery.
Got it.
So then they sketch an A on his, so that people know he committed adultery.
So it's just like a
thing
that
like,
hangs
hey,
over your
guy,
head.
Yeah, hey guy, I did this.
Got it. Got it.
Yeah.
I think it really like you said, there's people that done type beats that got big placements, right?
Which I think is amazing.
Right. So once you do that, though, I mean, haven't you done it already? So like
you've done it, but what I'm saying is to certain people.
Right.
And how would you
now? Okay, how about this? So how about you do that? You get the big placement, and then you develop a relationship with that artist and continue to do
That's best case scenario.
Right.
That's best case scenario.
Is that still Scarlett Letter? That's still the same thing?
You still have that letter on you to certain people.
Right.
Only to certain people.
Right.
And I don't know. I'm not saying anyone specifically in particular.
Right.
But there will be a community of people out there that will look at you and say, "Oh, you're the guy. You're that guy."
Right. Because let's say if you're out right now, let's be realistic. You were the same one that said you didn't fuck with it, right? Like type beats.
Yeah.
So imagine if you were out a couple months ago, you was at an event and somebody was like, "Oh yeah, I do production. I listen to BLAPCHAT. I got a lot of type beats online." Immediately,
you're looking at him a little like,
right?
Like, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's like you wear that because you would be like, "Oh, he's that guy."
But do producers do that though? Do producers I got mad type beats?
Let me put it this way.
Because I never heard that.
Let me put it this way.
Not necessarily, but like you as someone that goes out and like really connects with producers and like talks to them and they build with you.
Let me put it this way. This might be a
sense.
weird sort of example, but it also might not. If we went on Timbaland's Instagram right now, and he made an announcement on Instagram, and he said, "Go to my new website, TimboTheKingLeases.com. I got $100 Timbaland type beats.
It's devaluing the brand.
I got $100 leases up on my website, and you go to the website, and it's legit. There's like you can scroll, you can listen to them. There's like 100 of them, and there's the buy now button, the buy now button, the whole shit, right? Timbo doing that. There's gonna be people that are gonna say, "Oh, that's fucking corny. That's terrible. Like this is terrible." But there's gonna be other people that won't care. Right. So that's all I'm saying is that there's always gonna be that little community of people that are gonna put that Scarlett Letter on it.
Now, what if he did it because he had so many beats?
Doesn't matter.
So many beats that if he didn't do that,
doesn't matter.
They go to the hard drive cemetery and never get heard.
It doesn't matter because the people.
But the way he marketed was like, you know what? I want to give back to everyone. I want to give back to the people. You know what? I got all these beats. That would be a better way to promote it.
Yeah.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I got all these beats sitting here.
He wouldn't be charging $100. He would be giving them out for free.
Right.
For free. Okay.
You know.
But so it's the price point, and it's the price point and the story behind it. Then
maybe.
Okay.
Maybe.
Okay.
You know.
Makes sense to me.
You know, and so that's all I'm saying. And I'm not saying it's right or wrong. Right. All I'm saying is that there are going to be people that are going to throw that letter on you and be like, "Oh, you're corny for that."
Right.
Which is
I see it.
which is like super unfortunate, obviously.
Yeah.
But I don't think you could fully neglect that. But then on the flip side, though, it's like, who gives a shit what people
Can you tell them what to do, though? Like, it's Timbo and it's his music.
Yeah, but would you think it was, like, you personally, would you think that would be like, "Oh, that's corny. Why is Tim doing that?" Or would you be like, "Oh, that's weird"?
You know what's funny? I'll be honest. If I first heard it, I'd be like, "Really, Tim? That's like kind of weird." But if the promotion of the marketing behind it was like, I want to get back to the kids, you know, I have all these. If I don't put these out, no one's ever going to hear them ever.
Right. Yeah, I think
then
if
that would be
marketed
cool.
like that, that's cool. But we know Timbo's not going to be like, "Hey guys, like."
That would be fresh if he put beat tapes at Timbaland type beats. That would be hot.
Yeah, that'd be
fire.
I think they'd sell like crazy too.
Yeah, that would be. See, it's all about the marketing.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
I don't think that's a fair example though, because he's like a mega super producer. Yeah. But you know, I do think that that's just something for us to all keep in mind. It's like, you know, do you wanna be that guy, or do you not, care? Which is also fine too. Like,
that's really the main thing.
Like I know for me, like when I first put drum kits out, I had that Scarlett Letter because all these OG producers were like, "Oh, what the fuck? You're supposed to keep your drum sounds. Why are you like selling them for $20?" Like I had to eat that up. I had to take that L. But then there was a community of people that didn't care about that, and they were like, yo, Ill, you're the shit, thank you for this, I love these drums, blah, blah, and it opened up this whole thing. So it's like there's both sides, always going to be both sides.
It's true.
Yeah.
Listen, just like Gary Vee, right? Like he always says, it's like, you know, like on social media, if you have any type of following, when you post stuff, you just got to post it. You're going to get the hate comments. You're going to get, your shit's stupid, Gary Vee, blah, blah. It's just like, you made it. Just let it go. You know what I mean? So I guess that's really just how you look at it.
You made it.
Yeah, exactly. All right, guys, we're here. Special guest in the building, man. Super hyped to have this producer here join us today on the episode. Met him, was that like a month ago, I think? Right, Josh? Boston. Met him a month ago for the first time in Boston, and really got to chop it up with him, and I'm super stoked to have him on the show today. I really want to dig in on his story, all the stuff he's been able to accomplish in the past year, and prior to that too, you know, the stuff leading up to the recent success. But I want to introduce my guy, man, produced for Meek Mill, that new album. How many, like 5 joints?
4, yeah.
4 joints on the new Meek album, and a bunch of other stuff before that, and I'm sure he's working on a bunch of shit now. Let's give a warm round of applause for PAPAMITROU Boi.
Yep.
Let's go, baby. AKA PAPAMITROU Boi, AKA NICK PAPZ.
Yes,
You
sir.
know what I'm saying?
Hey.
Let's go. Thank you for coming, man.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Yes, sir. Shout out to Cruz in the building. Cruz,
Turn me up, Cruz. Turn me up, Cruz.
turn that shit up. Yeah, we're here, man. Meek, where you at? Meek here. Nah. But man, Nick, thanks for coming, dude.
Thank you, man. Thank
pause.
you.
I gotta pause that. Thanks for coming. I gotta stop saying that. Yeah, man. So I'm glad you're here, dude. I think your story is amazing, because I love talking to producers that, you know, like kind of do these sort of like non-traditional ways of like building up to a certain thing, and to be able to, you know, come to this point where you know you've produced all this music for Meek and building that relationship with the camp, but then also doing your own thing as well. So I want to start off by sort of like the beginning, kind of rewind to the very beginning. What drove you to start producing music, and what were you doing sort of at that time in the beginning to push yourself out there?
So I was in high school at the time, and I had a couple of really close friends of mine that rapped, and I was into like audio engineering. And I set like a huge studio up in my basement. I used to bring all my friends over to record them, and I loved audio engineering. But
so you were tracking vocals?
Yeah, I was tracking vocals. And then I had my brother make the beats, my little brother. So
nice.
I used to watch him like in the morning, every morning, like watching how he made beats, and be like, yo, put this there, put that there. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna start making beats.
Yeah.
So I got into it. He showed me FL Studio, and I use the same one to this day, actually. I use FL Studio 10.
Nice.
And I just fell in love with it. Like, I stepped away from audio engineering and just really focused on beats. And me and my brother were posting like type beats on YouTube I think it was like once a week we tried to do it. And then he kind of like did his own thing for a little bit, then I did my own thing, and I focused on specifically like trap beats, because I just loved the 808s.
Yep.
So I focused on like Meek Mill type beats, like Rick Ross, and then I just fell in love with that type of sound, and that's when I knew like this is my lane.
That's perfect, because like this entire time we were talking about, you know, type beats and stuff, and kind of pros and cons, and does it work, does it not work, and you know, you're sort of like an example of it working. You know, you started off on the type beats, and then now you're here. So what were those early experiences like on you were doing this on YouTube, or
yes,
okay,
YouTube.
So it's strictly on YouTube. And so what were those things that you were doing? Like, were you uploading every day? Were you using hashtags, keywords? Like, what was your strategy?
My strategy was, so actually I said this in past the aux. So like, say like Rick Ross dropped an album and it was like #1 album and his name was Buzzin'. I would make a Rick Ross type beat.
So capitalize on the attention.
Yeah, capitalize it, because everyone's searching Rick Ross on YouTube. Because you never know it's gonna stumble across your beat. And I used to do that a lot. And like when Meek Mill dropped, like I think it was at the time, I think I put like a couple beats up when DC4 was like in the works. But Meek's name was buzzing, and my name started getting bigger and bigger on YouTube. But I stopped YouTube. I don't really do much. I just post like like if I'm in the studio with Meek, like a video.
Right.
I do little stuff like that.
Like actual content.
Yeah,
Because
content.
you had to change your branding.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll dig into that.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, like that was like my strategy. I used a lot of hashtags and tags like Meek Mill, DC, Rick Ross, Maybach Music, stuff like that.
Right.
But that was like my go. And
that's amazing. And you saw some good results from that.
I saw very good results. Like one of my beats has like 2 million views or something.
Amazing.
Like that. Yeah.
So guys, take a note. If you're doing the type beat stuff on YouTube, give that a try. I would say, right?
How long after you started and continued to use that strategy, did it like benefit you aside from just getting views?
Yeah, definitely. It definitely did. Doing those type beats, like it developed my sound as well. It helped a lot, and it definitely showed like I have talent. Like people are actually rocking with my stuff. So that gave me like kind of like a good energy, good hope in myself. I used to tell myself every day, like in high school, I got hated on a lot actually for making type beats. Like people come up to me, go make a Meek Mill type beat. That's what people would literally say to me.
Right.
And I mean, like
now you're working with Meek. Now you're part of the squad.
How long did it take you from like doing that to like getting placed with Meek?
I think my YouTube channel started in 2015 or something like that. And then I got signed in 2000, I think it was 17 or 16.
So it was like a year and a half,
2 years. 2 years. But that was like from constantly uploading.
Every day?
Every day.
Every day.
Yeah.
How many beats per day would you say on average?
Back then I was making probably, because I was slower back then. So I was probably making like a beat a day. But now it's like to the point I can make like 6 in like an hour and a half.
Right.
Something like that.
Right.
Yeah.
So when you were uploading on YouTube and doing the hashtags and stuff, Rick Ross, all that stuff, were you also selling your beats there too? Like, was this like generating income?
Yeah, I was actually selling my beats on, it was SoundClick.
Okay.
That was like the thing that was popping back then. And that's how I got my money. Like I had like a graphic designer make like my banner artwork and everything. So it made it look, because professionalism is like the biggest thing for that stuff.
Right.
You want to make your appearance look great.
Right. And was this, were you making like a living off of this? Like,
yeah, actually I was making good money. I was making a few $100s here and there. And it was, I mean, I was living at home. I wasn't paying rent or any of that stuff. So it was just like pocket money really. It was good. It was definitely good.
I really think that's smart how you said how, you know, though you were a producer, you were talking about branding and how you had to make sure like you had your header, you know, right? Because I see a lot of producers, they got terrible graphics, you know, it looks really bad. I do graphics myself. No, I can do it. It's like, dude, no, pay someone $50 to do it. Trust me, it'll you know. So
see, that's the biggest thing on the YouTube, because the thumbnail, that's what's going to attract a person's thumbnail.
The thumbnail is super important.
The graphic on there.
I went to this like YouTube retreat thing. It was like a 2 days of like YouTube influencers and stuff like that, and it was like panels, and we got to like experiment and talk with each other and stuff. And that was one of the things they said that was like extremely important, was make sure your thumbnails are super strong.
Yeah, exactly.
Looking,
Make it look appealing.
Exactly. Okay, so you were doing type beats, and you know and then so what was it? Walk us through the moment of, you know, gaining access or being discovered to, you know, Meek Mill and the team. How did that happen?
So I was in college, you know, I was still making beats, like type beats, putting them out, and I think Meek's DJ followed me on Twitter. And I had like the blue check next to it. I forget if he did or not, but it was DJ Brand. I heard of him because I heard like old mixtapes, and you hear DJ Brand. Like, I would remember that. Yeah. And it said Meek Mill's DJ, and he hit me up saying he wanted to like collab because he just started making beats. So I was kind of like helping him through the process. So that was like kind of like my kind of into the gate with Meek. And we just developed a relationship. And then I used to put like on Instagram. That's another thing. Instagram is huge for your marketing and all that. So I would put like, I'd take a video like literally like my speaker and just a beat playing, and I would say Meek Mill would kill this, tag Meek. And one day like I put one video up and someone tagged one of Meek's right hand people, and it was just like that, because you know when an artist opens their phone up, they got so many notifications and stuff like that. Like it was just perfect timing, I guess. And I got a call when I was in class from DJ Brand, and Meek's right hand man was on the phone and was like, look, like we want to sign you, blah blah blah. Like
immediately.
Wow. They were talking about like Nicki Minaj, all this crazy stuff. I just flipped my desk and I was out. I'm out.
You literally flipped it.
I thought I was done. Yeah, I literally flipped it. I thought I was done with college. I'm like, yo, I'm not gonna do homework anymore. I'm done. But I graduated.
Yeah, good
I
for
stayed
you.
in. Yeah.
Good. You went to Take Keith way.
Yeah.
Good job. Yeah. Let's do that. Gotta get them degrees. So didn't you get discovered? Now you're producing stuff for Meek. So what was that that first experience like? You know, going to the studio and
it was
meeting
crazy. I remember every little bit of it. I remember I was in my basement making beats. I think I was talking to Cruz, and I called Meek. He didn't answer, so I was like, all right, I'll put my phone down. 10 minutes later, look at my phone, Meek Mill. Call it. He's like, yo, what's up? Like. I'm like, oh, I'm trying to come to LA. Like, I want to like work and stuff. He's like, all right, when you want to come tomorrow? I said, all right, cool. So I left my house at 3. I was at Buffalo Wild Wings actually when we were setting this up.
Nice.
I remember. And I left my crib at 3 in the morning to go to the airport. And I wasn't used to this lifestyle. Like, I was so tired. Oh my God, I was dead. Got to the airport. I didn't sleep before at all because I was so hyped up. Got to the airport. Went on a 6-hour flight, didn't sleep on the flight, got to LA, they're 3 hours behind, so
your timing is all fucked up.
Yeah, it was I was so screwed up. I didn't sleep for 2 days that day.
Right.
It was crazy. I saw Meek in the studio in LA. I mean, like, I wasn't like holy shit, this is Meek. Like, I was calm, like, you know, like, what's up? And I played him a beat, and actually the beat that I played him is on YouTube. And it's Meek's reaction listening to it.
Nice.
Yeah. So
Sick.
It was crazy. It was a crazy moment, though. I was
amazing.
Up for 2 days straight, like, just off adrenaline.
That's so great because this story up until here is like what we talk about is like would be best case scenario. Right.
And I think what helped was the fact that you sound like you're a big Meek Mill fan.
Yeah, Meek's my favorite rapper.
See, that's what I really do believe that had everything to do with it. You know, like from like your instinct to create Meek Mill type beats. Yeah. It's like everything Meek. Yeah. And like that manifested this thing for you.
It was like a meant to be kind of thing.
Right. Yeah. I think that's worth noting though.
It's wild. I mean, especially after we just had this whole conversation
it's
before
like,
he got here.
Maybe if you're doing type beats and you're just kind of all over the place, you're not focusing on like a goal. You're kind of like spreading it all out. You know?
Right.
But it's a business, and you got to kind of know how to do business. Because you know what impressed me was the fact that you said that every time someone dropped an album, right after that, you would take advantage of the attention, so to speak, you know, and put like a type beat up, and then now obviously garnish views. I don't think a lot of people think of it like that, because some people will put like a type beat up and they'll have like 50 views, 50 listens, and you know, that's what their channel is based upon. But if you grow it and have like a specific strategy to get that attention to you, it could work.
It could work. Yeah.
And you spend $50 with a graphic designer to hook up your
shit.
Stuff,
gotta look legit.
Yeah, actually, I did all my graphics myself.
Nice.
There you go.
I torrented Photoshop.
Yeah, that's it. Or you just do it right on your phone.
Oh yeah, you can do that too.
You know what I'm saying?
Technology these days is crazy.
Like so many apps now.
Who's the master on the phone apps?
I've seen beats on YouTube where they would just like take like they would screenshot a picture from like an Instagram chick, and then use that as the cover, which is like super illegal, but people do it. That's cool, and they'll put their little logo on the bottom.
But you're more prone to pay attention to that one, or something that looks professional?
It depends, you know. It depends on what you're trying to look at that day.
Right. But, well, I don't mean like the girl specifically. I mean something that's like not well put together.
Yeah, it's got to be well put together.
You know what I mean? If it's not branded, like you said, like you got to make sure your header looks cool. Like you look like you're about business.
Exactly.
People are more prone to like ignore that kind of.
That's why the thumbnails are so important. What was I gonna say? So, when you were in the studio with Meek, right? So another thing we like to talk about on this podcast is like, you know, every producer has this like dream scenario where they get to be in the studio with like a superstar, which is what you did, right? And that first moment when you're in there, you know, I think a lot of producers that don't have studio experience don't really know how to
the etiquette.
Not even really etiquette, but I guess they don't really know how to approach those types of situations. So do you have any kind of like from your own experience, do you have any like pointers or sort of like things to keep in mind, you know, when you're a producer, you get invited to a studio with like a superstar? What are certain things that worked for you that helped the situation?
Just try to stay as calm as possible. Yeah. Like, don't freak out. Don't like, you know, just don't have your phone out. Don't have like the videos and all
don't
that
have
stuff.
your phone out.
Don't do that, because that will kill everything.
Yo, what's up, Meek? Yeah, we here, baby. Appreciate you, bro.
Oh man, I would have been on a plane in 2 seconds.
So
zooming in on his face while you're playing to be Meek. You fuck with this, Meek? You fuck with this joy, bro?
So bad.
He told me. I was just going through my apps real quick. Yeah. And he's like, yo, no Snapchat. I was like, nah, because he didn't know my vibe. Like, he didn't know.
Yeah. Right.
But yeah, man, just like try to stay as calm as possible. You know, just watch what's going on. Watch around you. See who's around you. See how the vibe is. You know, I didn't really talk much in that studio session. I was just kind of taking it all in. Yeah. And then when
you should.
Yeah. And when Meek or like Cruz said, like, okay, play some beats, then I would plug in and I would, like, you know, just go crazy. Like, you should do this, that.
And also that's like a reminder of like why you're there. It's like, yo, I'm here. I'm here for a reason.
Yeah, exactly.
I need to be prepared. They need to hear my shit. So I need to deliver.
Exactly.
Do you what was you? Did you have a strategy on like what to play, or were you just like, I got a bunch of shit?
Well, at the time I was already making a ton of Meek Mill type beats, so I had a whole stash ready to go. So I was ready.
He had the Meek Mill folder.
Yeah, I literally had a Meek Mill folder full of stuff.
It's almost like the past from 2015. It was like you preparing for that moment.
Yeah,
literally.
Yeah.
You were just putting them on YouTube. Yeah. But like they were like.
But I had too many beats, so I don't know which one to click.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It was wild.
What DAW do you use?
I use FL Studio.
FL Studio. Yeah, that's right. FL Studio 10. You do you have any desire to go to 20? I heard 20 was like kind of.
I have 20 actually. I have a MacBook, but I use Windows Parallels on it. Yeah.
Amazing. So how does that work for you?
It works really good.
Yeah.
Perfect. I heard a lot of people say like, oh, it makes my computer slow, lags. I've never had a problem.
So you can have a Mac and get the Windows thing.
So basically use your 3 fingers on the trackpad or whatever, and you swipe to the right, and you're in Windows. You want to go back to Mac, swipe to the left.
And how do you do what? Like I can do that right now.
How much storage do you
need
for
if
that,
you have Windows Parallels.
You need a lot of storage for that,
Parallel. It doesn't come standard.
Yeah, you don't. I was considering doing that because I got my old.
That's what I'm saying.
Like laptop that has FL. I think it has FL 12.
You should do it.
But I got a Mac, so I was like, let me do Logic, whatever. But I've been considering getting FL on it, but
yeah.
Atlas,
you fucked with FL. I remember you fucked with FL, right?
Yeah. I was using Logic.
Oh, okay. You didn't use FL.
Not FL.
Okay, it was Logic.
Yeah, Logic and MPC.
Wow.
Yeah.
What are some of your favorite VSTs?
I would say Nexus, which is like the OG.
So you still use Nexus?
Yeah. Nexus, Electra, Dune.
Electra's good. Yeah, that's another OG one, kind of, right?
Yeah. I had Omnisphere, for some reason not working anymore, so I don't use Omnisphere anymore. Wow. Yeah, I use Contact too. Contact is like unbelievable.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Like I have never seen a plugin like that in my life.
What's your favorite Contact?
I like Exhale.
Exhale?
Yeah.
Exhale's dope. Shout to Output. Yeah. Shout to Output. I love that. Yeah. They got some new shit though. Have you fucked with Arcade?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, I heard it was
my
dope.
Computer, like I don't have a lot of storage left, so I gotta like delete some stuff, get another hard drive. It's a whole bunch of work. Yeah.
Are you a start with melody guy or start with drums guy? Melody first.
Yeah.
You know, I seen your tweet the other day where you started with drums.
Yeah, I saw that too.
I actually
so
did that like 2 weeks ago, and it like was a vibe.
What, you started with the drums?
With the drums, and then I just put in a sample. Wow. And it just worked.
It worked. But you start with melody usually, right?
Yeah.
See, me too. Wow, that's crazy. Wow. So have you ever tried to start with drums?
No, but I did see your tweet and I was thinking about doing it.
Yeah, dude, I tried it. I never do, and I tried it. It's crazy because you're not thinking about melody, and then you can get creative. With what to plug in. Like you can take a sample loop. And you could just do like and just drop it in, and it's like kind of like a crapshoot. But sometimes you can like discover shit that you would have never thought of by doing it that way. Yeah. So
damn, I should try that.
Yeah, you should try that.
I definitely gotta try it.
So Nick, what's your like current workflow? So you have Meek Mill's obviously going to continue to make music. So you're always going to be, you're part of the camp. You're going to do beats for that. are you kind of on your own schedule where you're like, you have like a Meek Mill folder, but then you have like a folder to like shop around and stuff? Because when we were in Boston, you played me some fire records, and I know you're working with other people. So how much of your efforts are going into, you know, shopping around and stuff like that? Like, how do you organize that?
So I have one folder on my computer. It's called the Chasers Beats. So all of my beats are on there. But what I use Box.com, and I create separate folders. So like one will be like Meek album pack number 3 or whatever. Put all the new ones in there. And then I'll do like a Fabulous folder or something like that. Put all the Fabulous type beats in there. I still use the word type beats. Like, I'll still use it to this day. I don't care. But
do you send them to people like that though?
No
type beats. You just
I name my beats. Like I'll do like Fearless, produced by PAPAMITROU.
Yep.
Like I don't name them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I name them.
I don't know who does it. I don't think anyone ever does that.
See, but that's
anymore.
interesting though, because if you're sending people, like let's say he's doing type beats, right? But if you're sending them to artists, but they're not called type beats, the artists don't know they're type beats. You know what I mean?
That's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
You get it?
Yeah,
unless
no, I do.
But that goes back to what we were saying before, where the name, it'll just kind of change, but it's not. You know, it's like the same.
Listen,
thing
at the end of the day,
years ago,
everyone has type beats in their hard drive.
Exactly.
You know, like I have Jay
Everybody
Dilla.
that-
I have
Doesn't
Jay
Cash
Dilla
Money
type
AP
beats.
still do that stuff? He still puts beats on YouTube?
I don't know.
I know he was a big YouTube guy.
He was.
Yeah.
Cash Money AP was, he was like big on that stuff, and my guy Taz too was really big on that stuff, the whole internet money thing. But I don't know how active they are still with that. And that's a good transition. I want to talk about that. So Perfection asked earlier, like now that you're sort of like really, I guess, kind of like in this position where you're shopping and stuff, and you're with Meek. You're not really putting stuff up on YouTube anymore, obviously, because there's no real drive or reason to.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, we were talking about earlier about, you know, like potentially like being in a position that you're in, but then kind of still kind of entertaining the YouTube type beat thing. Is that something that you can see yourself ever like maybe doing again? Or because if your brand is bigger now, so you can generate some additional income by doing it that way.
I got like I think like 30 to 40,000 subscribers too, and my dad always tells me go upload something to YouTube. It will pay your car payment.
I mean,
literally. But I've had the longest thought of doing like a vlogging type thing, but not vlogging about like, oh, I'm washing my car today. Like, no, like I'm going to LA. I'm going to go see Meek. Like, like I don't know, but I think like certain like I don't think Meek would like a video of me like
Him
just
in
holding
the
the camera out like this 24/7.
True.
So I've been iffy about it. There's certain people you can do it around, but
Right.
I'm always around Meek, so I don't really want to do that.
Yeah. Exactly. I think that's so interesting because, you know, if you have a bigger name and you have like a good amount of subscribers, you know, you can go crazy.
Yeah, you know how crazy I would look if you actually do that? Like,
yeah,
oh my
like
God.
if Nick PAPZ like put up new beats on YouTube every week and you put it on your Instagram, you're like, yo, go get it. Like, you can go 5 figures in a month. I would believe.
I mean, you could still do it. In my opinion, I would say still do the YouTube thing. But the whole thing about it is like it's leading up to the moment, right? But they don't get to see the moment, right? Because that's when the music comes out. So it can be like a thing leading up to the project dropping, and you're still creating the story of your brand with the people. So I think it would be a good look for you on YouTube to do that.
That's what I'm saying. I've been really thinking about doing it.
Even on your phone, dude, you can just be you. Like you don't need a whole camera thing, and then it's on when it's on, and it's off when it's off. But you control it.
It goes directly to YouTube after you're done.
You literally just upload it.
It's wild. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Nick, so what's next for you, man? I know you told me a little undisclosed stuff in Boston. You played me some fire, but what's next? What do you got coming?
Well, like last night I was in the studio with Fab, and I was just like sending him some beats and stuff. But me and Fab are trying to work right now.
Dope.
So I got some stuff like P&B Rock and the Tuck. I'm just working with everyone. I'm trying to work on like Port of Miami too, a little bit, stuff like that. But I'm really focusing on Meek right now because Meek wants to drop like a Dream Chasers tape.
Nice.
So that's gonna be big.
Sick.
Yeah.
Is that something he announced?
Yeah, he even put it on Instagram.
Sick. That's not like breaking news right now, right?
Yeah.
We'll act like it is. Cruz would have been like, yo, what the fuck, man?
we gotta edit that out.
Not on BLAPCHAT.
We gotta edit that out.
No.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's great. I think, man, like I say, like, you know, no disrespect to Soulja Boy, but Meek had the biggest comeback.
Of course.
I would go as far as say like biggest and like most. This is important too. Most respected comeback.
Yeah, for sure.
In the past
And
5+ years, like I don't remember.
Longer than that.
I don't remember another comeback quite like his.
And quality.
Have you?
Comeback too.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Quality, because I fuck with the album.
Hell
I was
yeah.
like,
Oh, the album's
super,
fire.
like,
What's your favorite song off the album, you think?
Me? I like the joint with Melly. I think Melly went off.
Yeah, that's hard.
But I do like the one with Cardi B too.
On Me?
That one, like, there's so many that I like, because I like the one with Drake too. I like Going
like that
Bad.
one.
I like
with
that
it too.
vibe.
That one's hard.
I like, yeah.
It's hard to choose. They're all so good. I love them.
They're all a good vibe.
Yeah,
I fuck with them.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So he had the best comeback, I felt.
Yeah.
Like, I get it, Soulja Boy, but where was the music?
Yeah.
No.
Exactly.
You know, another cool thing about your story is that it confirms the idea of like coming up with an artist. Like obviously Meek has been out before, but this is kind of like his rebrand and his resurgence back into the Matrix. And you know, you get to be part of that movement. I think that's important for a producer, you know? Like being part of some type of like beginning stage of an artist or like an album cycle or something like that. Yeah. So it's really cool to watch.
Thank you.
Yeah. What's like one artist that you really want to work with right now? That you haven't yet?
I would say Lil Baby.
Lil Baby. Hey, shout out to Lil Baby, man.
I like that.
That'd be hard.
Song he got with Yo Gotti right now.
Yo, he could rap, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love his music. Him and Gunna are like crazy.
They're the shit.
Yeah.
How have you been getting in the studio with these other artists aside from Meek? How did you get in the lab with Fab? How did you get in with P&B?
Man, the myth,
Cruz.
the legend right here.
Turn me up, Cruz.
Cruz.
Yeah.
If you guys haven't seen the Cruz episode, please go watch it.
Yeah, he's also my manager too, so he takes care of everything for me.
Look at that.
Amazing, man.
Good hands.
Amazing. Amazing, man. So, Nick, where can they find you on social media?
My social media is NICK_PAPZ, so it's NICK_PAPZ.
Dope.
That's for Twitter and Instagram.
Twitter and Instagram.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah. And also, too, we got a little special announcement today.
Shoot.
So, now you know, it's perfect. Even
You're
Cruz,
pregnant.
Dude, how'd you know? I told you, keep that between us. Bruh. And it's great, too, because we got Cruz in the building, too. Shout out to Cruz and the whole team up here. But, so we're doing a PAPAMITROU Boi beat battle in New York City.
Fire.
Dreamchasers own. Okay, aka NICK PAPZ, and it's going to be March 11th in New York City, and we're doing it after the Respect the Engineer workshop. Okay,
Which is on the 11th as
March
well?
11th in New York.
So it's all in one day.
It's all in one day.
Amazing.
Okay, so if you're interested in joining the beat battle, just go to respecttheengineer.com and go to the. You'll see under the New York date a link to submit. And directions and all that.
So the Respect, it's the thing in the daytime, and then the beat battles at night.
Correct.
So is there a venue for the battle?
Yeah, it's going to be at Drum, 85 Avenue A in New York City.
Amazing.
9 o'clock.
Amazing.
Yes.
Shit, man. Crazy. So what does the beat battle entail? Like,
it's going to be tournament style beat battle. I'm going to host it. PAPAMITROU's gonna. Sorry, I had a little stuttering problem right there. No, so NICK PAPZ is gonna be is the judge as well, and we're gonna do tournament style and literally brackets, and we're just gonna pick the winner.
Yo, if you
win, you get to collab with the big homie over here.
Listen, if you're a producer and you're in New York and you like don't go to this, you're weird.
You're corny.
I have a lot of supporters in New York, so hopefully
they're gonna come.
Yeah.
They're gonna come through. That's sick, man.
Yep. So go to respecttheengineer.com for all the details on that.
Right,
and also for the engineer workshops with Cruz, you can go there. We're doing New York, LA, Philly, Atlanta, Miami.
Amazing.
Yep.
Sick. Love it. I love it, man.
Good.
I love it. Nick, so before you go, we do this little segment on our podcast.
Yeah.
It's called Blap Or Crap.
All right.
So this is what we're going to do. We got a bunch of beat submissions from different producers. So we're gonna listen to their submissions at random.
All right.
Like little snippets.
All right, cool.
And if we like the beat, we're gonna give it a blap. And if we don't, we're gonna give it a crap. And we're gonna try to give a little bit of constructive criticism.
All right. I make the calls, or everyone makes calls?
All of us.
All right,
all
cool.
of us. So you can keep it 100.
All right.
Right? Atlas knows.
Oh yeah, it's my
Atlas,
favorite.
You can keep it 100.
So it's blap or crap.
Yep.
All right.
Mm-hmm. And just as a side note, like they love it when you shit on them.
Really? I'm not really trying to shit on nobody. But.
Don't be afraid.
Pause on that.
Honest.
Major pause on that. But there you go. They like it. They go up to Atlas and they're like, "Yo, Atlas the plug, what's up, man? Yo, you shit on my beat last month, man. Appreciate it."
It's true. Yeah,
they're on that. So don't hold back. All right. So let me go into our database here. So guys listening, this is a Blap Or Crap segment. If you want to submit to this segment, all you have to do is attach an MP3 of a beat and send it to info@blapchat.com. Subject line Blap Or Crap, and hopefully we choose you for this segment. So our first submission is by Halfademic. Not academics.
I was gonna say
Halfademic. All right, here we go.
Okay.
That's interesting. Epidemics.
All right, that was Halfademic. Atlas,
Yo.
please start it off.
Oh, dude, that's a crap.
Oh,
That's
man,
a crap.
man.
Yeah. I liked the
Okay.
sample in the beginning,
Uh-huh.
if it was a sample. I liked it, but that bass was just driving me. I wanted it to go somewhere. I wanted it to like that 2 notes just going back and forth.
Yeah.
And then there was a big gap in there where for like no bass.
Right.
So it was a little weird. I would maybe cut that in half as far as the
Right.
length with the no bass on there. But if that bass would have moved around and been like a cool rolling 808 and did something dynamic, maybe.
Right.
But because it just stood in that lane, it didn't go anywhere for me.
So it's a little boring.
It's a crap. Yeah.
Section.
I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't mad at it.
Me neither.
I wasn't mad at it. I would say though, I would crap it.
Mhm.
I think the intro was a little too long.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, the intro was a little too long. I agree with you when you said the bass, like when he took the bass out, it just kind of got, like that switch up was a little weird. But the mix wasn't bad for me, and it was a vibe. I wasn't mad at the drums, like the sound selection, but I would arrange the track differently.
Yeah.
There were certain
That's my
parts
thing.
that he cut things out that didn't really make sense. So I would do that, but it wasn't a bad beat. I wasn't mad at it.
Yeah.
But still a
I'm
crap.
going to crap it too, but it was close for me because I feel like that can turn into a good song. You know, like my instinct told me like Drake, you know, like one of those kind of songs for him. But I think I agree with you guys. Like, I think the sequence, if the sequence was a little tighter and like made more sense as a song, then it would have been more impactful. And maybe just a couple more elements in there too, because it was dragging a little bit as
Exactly.
well.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. Nick, what's up? What do you think?
I would have to crap it. Yeah, I don't know. I just like what Atlas said, like the two basses going back and forth really killed my vibe. I think it should have went like another one lower after, and
one
then
up.
Go back
Yeah,
up.
Third note.
Exactly.
Yeah, the third note.
Exactly.
Yeah.
On the fourth one.
Yeah,
the fourth
and I didn't
part,
really like the that hi-hat he had with the kick and the snare. I think it was like too repetitive.
Repetitive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it had potential.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
Potential.
Potential.
Had potential.
All right, our next submission is by Mio and TLM. Okay, here we go. That was Mio and TLM with the crew on the beat. Start it off, Nick. What do you think?
I'm gonna have to blap it.
Blap. Here we go.
Yeah. It's got like a summer vibe, which is what I like, and it's got like that J. Cole feel.
Yep.
Because I used to listen to J. Cole all the time, like back in the day, and that like reminded me of so much.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I like that bass line he used to.
Those chords.
Yeah.
I was hoping for the bass line to like come in like that, and I was waiting because the chord sounded good in the beginning.
Yep.
And I was like, all right, this bass line better be tight, and it turned out pretty good.
Yeah. Props.
Yeah. It kind of reminded me of like My Boo, like the My Boo chords.
Yeah. Yeah, it reminded me of I know you heard me on the radio. Choo, that record from back in the day.
The old school shit.
Like it kind
Exactly.
of had that vibe to it.
Exactly.
I'm gonna blap it too.
Blap, another blap.
I'm blapping it too. I'm gonna be honest. Like when it came on, I was like, oh, if this same thing. Like I was like, if this bass comes in, if this is on point, this is gonna be dope. And then the bass came in and it was like killing it. And like I felt like I knew, okay, this is the chorus. Okay, cool. All right, cool. Now we're back in the verses. Like, okay, cool. I get it. It's built. Like it took me on the ride, and it totally made sense for me. Listen, was it the hardest trap beat? Like the hardest beat? No, but musicality wise,
You could write a song.
I really enjoyed it. So I'm gonna blap that one.
Yeah. There was. Go ahead.
I'm gonna crap that.
Crap.
I wasn't feeling it. I wasn't really feeling it. I think some of the sounds that he chose sounded a little stocky to me, and I didn't really like that piano.
Right. The kid did
in the beginning
sound of the piano.
Yeah, I didn't really.
It's like the
that
muffled
sound for me just didn't work.
Yeah.
And some of the, I guess because they did sound stocky, where some of the like drums sounded like very thin, very small. It didn't do anything for me.
Yeah. All right, we got a crap. I didn't like those hi hats.
Yeah.
That's the only thing, right? I would have changed.
I didn't like the snare either.
Right. The snare, I wasn't mad at the snare, but it wasn't whack as fuck.
It wasn't whack as fuck. It wasn't whack as fuck.
She has this thing where it's like that snare was whack as fuck.
It's a long story.
Yeah, it's a long story. That goes back a couple episodes. I love the chords. I love the chords in that. Like, I think you can make a good song, and I always base mine on like if this can turn into a good song. I think it can turn into a great song. The only thing I would say is the hi hats. Just like do something with those. Right? There was like a weird.
Like a reverby kind of thing? With
yeah,
like
it was the hats for like...
I did notice that.
They're like kind of like.
Oh yeah.
They don't. They have like a metal to them.
It's like a tinny.
Yeah, they're tinny, but they don't really have any personality.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
It's just kind of like it almost sounds like a mistake a little bit. So just change those hi hats out, and would be a blap for me. But I'm gonna crap it because of the hi hats. But change those hi hats. But great melody. Love the bass line. That can turn into a great song. All right, our next submission is by Vince Columbano sucks. That's what it says.
Hope it's some trap shit.
Vince Columbano sucks. Okay, whatever that means. All right, here we go. Come on, Vince. I think you're right because this sounds like
a little bit.
This sounds like it's at that tempo. That'd be hard though. You kind of called it. It was some It's a little stale. This part feels a little stale.
Bates is like muffled in the back.
Kind of cool bounce though.
Very today type beat.
Oh yeah, it is. Anybody can rap. I like a rapper on top of this.
Like I feel like this is something Drake would jump on and have fun. I feel like Meek would jump on it and have fun. I feel like Offset would jump on it.
Yeah,
it's just missing something for me.
Yeah, it's missing.
It's like not finished. You know, I'm gonna crap it, but that was the bounce was there, man.
Yeah,
the bounce was there. It just sounds like you have to do some more stuff, right?
I feel like the mixing did a lot of help. I feel like I
had to turn it up. It was like really low.
I was hearing just a lot of like that clap and that like the melody, but like the bass, it was there. Like I heard the notes, but it was like muddy,
right? It was
in the background. If that had a really dope mix to it,
could have been different.
Could have been a different call, but right now it's gonna be Blap.
A Blap or a crap?
I mean a crap. Sorry, excuse me.
I was like, that was like a really low key Blap.
I just snuck it in there real quick. Okay. Turning over a new leaf.
No. We're not doing that
today. Not today, guys. Not today.
I'm gonna blap that.
Blap.
Just because it had a good bounce, and I can see a couple people rapping on that today, like right now.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's very
like
current. Tonight, right now.
Like right
this
now.
very moment.
Facts.
Preach.
Somebody's doing that right now.
Yeah.
But I would say though that it needs a better mix.
Yeah.
For sure.
Definitely.
Yeah. Nick, did you go?
I'm gonna crap it.
Crap.
Yeah. I didn't really like just the 808s and the melody.
Kind of repetitive.
Yeah.
Right. All right. Our last submission is by Ayo Slim. Let's go.
Yo, what up? Chill.
Sending this one out.
That was so confusing.
No! Hold on. I can't.
I wasn't even expecting that.
Yo, I gotta.
Yo, what up? Chill.
Sending this one out.
It's just so many things wrong there.
Oh my god, dude!
I feel like they put so much time into like the first 5 seconds of the record.
No,
Kind of
what
forgot
is
about
it?
the rest of it.
Effect? Yeah.
That was an ad lib, I think.
Yo.
Oh shit!
No, he did not sample that in there.
And Ayo Slim.
It sounded like he had fun doing it,
bro.
though.
Yeah, it sounded like he had.
It sounded like he had fun making it though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a no for me, dog.
Yeah.
It's a no from us, dog.
Ayo
That was just
Slim.
so much going on with the first like 10 seconds of that
There was a
None of
slight
it was
moment where I
fire.
thought it was gonna be like,
Yeah,
me too.
It's just about to be some like
The
storytelling.
first
shit.
4
bop,
seconds,
boom,
it was
bap
like all there, and then it just, I don't know what happened.
Damn.
Yeah.
All right, that's unanimous crap.
Damn.
Yeah.
Let's do come on.
One more. Let's do one.
We gotta end it with the bang.
No, sorry, AO Slim, man. Fuck, that was. But you did have fun. It sounded like you had fun, man.
Definitely.
That was. Yeah. So all right, our last real last submission for today is by Simple Cuts Productions. Here we go.
Sounds like a barbershop.
It does.
No sample file.
This guy's got these skits in the beginning. What'd you say?
Nice.
Oh man, I was just thinking that.
Yeah.
That's the ball.
I was thinking like fifth. Like fifth?
Yeah, fifth. It's a little like off to me though.
Yeah.
The kick.
Yeah, just like certain parts. I mean, I'm all for swing, but
Right.
This would be hot.
right. Just fucking with those LFOs, man.
Yeah. It's interesting because it was pretty much just a 4-bar loop.
Yeah.
Was what it was.
You don't like
know?
4-bar loops, Atlas.
I do if Preem does it. It depends on who's doing it. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
sometimes it just needs the 4-bar loop. You know what I mean? And you can just,
True.
that's it. And then the artist can, highlight it, in the choruses and add layers and make it a thing.
I'm crapping it.
Yeah. I'm gonna crap it. I mean, I enjoyed it, but I don't know. I can't put my finger on what was missing. I don't know what it was. There was something about it to me. It was like I wanted to really like it, and I could hear a rapper on it, but
I
it
feel
was
like
missing.
he was trying to create like a Nas vibe, trying to go that New York like old school kind of.
Is it maybe because it sounded a little dated?
But there was something missing from even trying to do that.
Right.
I don't know.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Well, I'm
It
gonna
was
crap
decent.
it. It was pretty cool.
It was. I think it had potential, but for me, it was just some certain drum hits like where they landed were like just a little sloppy. And I'm all for swing and stuff, but it was just a little bit off for me. But and the intro I wasn't too crazy about. But I can hear that.
Yeah, the intro was like a Latin. It was like
that
Latin.
Was weird. That was weird.
Like I was expecting something totally different, and then the track came on.
This part.
Yeah, that didn't make sense.
Yeah, that loop is hard too.
But it didn't make sense.
Oh, it sounded like some
what he
Latin
did.
shit, but it was. It's like some damn shit.
He should have used that loop.
Yeah.
And then,
And then that was weird.
Yeah, that didn't go together.
I guess
was
they were
weird.
trying to like
Yeah.
paint a picture of like,
Yeah.
all right, you get in the car, you got this.
It sounded
this
like
music playing.
it sounded
Right.
like Cardi
Like a
B's
door
"I Like
closing.
It"
Right.
going
right.
into like
Yeah, some
rap shit.
some Nas,
some 90s Nas rap.
some rap shit. Anyway, all right, well,
Well, that was fun.
there you go.
As
Well,
long
you
as
know
had
what?
Fun.
That's right.
If you want to submit to this segment, in the future, just send your MP3 to info@blapchat.com. Send an MP3. You can submit as many times as you want. So hopefully we choose you for the next segment. Nick, appreciate you coming through, man.
Word up.
My dog,
Thanks
let's give
for
a round of
having me.
applause to Nick. Here in the building. You shout out your socials already, so we're good. Man, good luck with everything, man.
Thank
Can't
you.
wait to see all the placements and all the all the success, and just it's up from here, man. That's
Thank
it.
you. Appreciate
It's what
that.
we've all been waiting for.
Yes,
And
sir.
shout out to Cruz in the building one more time, baby. Turn me up. Make sure you guys check out those events too, March 11th. right?
RespectTheEngineer.com.
RespectTheEngineer.com. You guys got to go to this event. If you're a producer, you're an engineer. This is an opportunity for you to be around your peers and to just be inspired, man. We need to start engaging more with our peers. So definitely hit those events up for sure. So on that note, we're out.
Peace.
See you guys next week.
Later.
Peace.